Hey everybody, this is Chad Carson again. I want to continue our conversation about motivation. So why is it that we're investing in real estate again? And we've talked about security in another video, but I wanted to go into something that I think is pretty relevant for a lot of us, and is that in general, I'd venture to guess that we would all say we have less control and autonomy over our personal lives and our family's lives than we would like. That to some degree or another, we would like to have more control. I mean, the flip side of this negative, I guess, would be that we're looking for more freedom. And boy, that's a word that means a lot of different things, but having some control and freedom in your personal life is a motivation I know has been for me, a big one for me and others who get into real estate investing. So you're looking for a way to change your current situation. And let's just talk about that a little bit. I mean, let's say our typical unhappy person, you get to see my artistic skills here. Think about a regular month. In terms of your money, you have money going out to all your sorts of bills, your mortgage, all the things you would expect on a monthly basis. But at the end of the month, some of that you can control, some of that you can't. But the money you do save, so you have some savings, and you're looking to the future, and you're wanting to control your money and where it's going. And a big portion of the control of how successful you are going forward in your retirement is in the hands of other people. And it might be in the hands of a banker, somebody on Wall Street, a financial planner. I'm not saying those people are bad people or not, couldn't do the job, but at least in my case, being able to have some control over what's going to happen with my retirement and not just sticking it somewhere, sending up to Wall Street and hoping people who is not their money are going to be able to do as well as perhaps I can. And I think that's why a lot of people are attracted to real estate, is because you're not as confident in what's going on in the equity world and in other areas, and you're saying, if I could do my own thing and not put it over here and control it with buying my own house, that me having a little bit more control makes me feel better. So savings, retirement, being able to have a little control over that. So that's the money control. I would also throw out there, though, and this has just been my experience, because I've definitely had that plan, but another reason I really like investing in real estate or being an entrepreneur in general is having a little bit more control over your time. So when you go to a job, when you have a 9-to-5 type job, even if you enjoy your job, if you have a supervisor or you have a boss or you have a customer base, you are trading hours for dollars. And you have to be there. Especially if you have a lot of bills to pay over here, you have to be there at the job. So you're trading hours for dollars. So the whole theme here is that if you start your own business, you become an entrepreneur, and if you save money and you buy assets like these houses, income property, at some point you can have the assets producing income for you, and you take control of your time. So instead of you always trading hours for dollars, you have a little bit of control over what you do with your personal time. And the same goes for being an entrepreneur. And I know in my case, even while I was growing my business, even before I have enough assets to completely cover all of my expenses and take care of the money, as an entrepreneur, I get to dictate my schedule. Even if I'm working full time and making my money on my own, I can decide that I'm not going to have an appointment at 9 o'clock in the morning. I can have an appointment at 12 o'clock. And I can sleep in if I want to, or even if I don't want to sleep in, I can spend some time and have a casual breakfast. That's on a daily basis. But on the schedule with your vacation, if you have a 9-to-5 and you work for a big corporation, they sort of decide your vacation time. As opposed to the business I've been in, even while I'm growing my business, even while I'm trying to get bigger, I've taken lots and lots of time off. I've had years where we make a lot of our money in the first 3 or 4 months, and what do you do the last part of the year? So there's lots of flexibility. It's not always easy as an entrepreneur, but when you run your own business, you can build your business the right way. And I'll talk a lot about this in other videos about how do you build your business so that you have control over your time. But if you build your business the right way, you can have control over your time as you're building it, and then, of course, eventually have assets that produce the money so that you've disconnected this hours for dollars loop. That's the rat race that we're stuck in here, is that we're always having to work to pay for all these expenses that we have every month. And that's a whole other story about how to reduce those expenses so you're not so tied to this hours for dollars cycle. But if eventually you can get assets, these fruit trees we always talk about, if you can get these fruit trees producing money so that you don't have to do it and trade hours for dollars, you not only get control of your money and your future, but most importantly, the big currency that we want to talk about, we're getting control of our time. So those are just some thoughts for you today. I'll leave you with that, and I'll in other videos, of course, we're going to get into a lot of specifics, but I want to remind you and at least tell you why I'm motivated to invest in real estate, why I'm so excited about it, is that this is a vehicle to have a lot of freedom with your time, your money, and ultimately have control and autonomy over your life to some degree. So I hope you're excited about that too. See you in the next video.